guys, it's Morgan. Welcome back to the weekly Shlog. There's Leandra working on the balance bike. So far, she is the best at it. She wanted me to make sure I said that. Oh, nice! The hands off. That was awesome. Welcome to our weekly vlog, Shlog, whatever you want to call it. We're here in Western Colorado, little motorcycle shop, where we show you all kinds of cool stuff, tech tips, how to fix things, blown up stuff, all that good stuff. Just got back from an awesome race in Monte Vista, Colorado with Weeby Racing. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. That was a lot of fun. The boys did well. I ended up doing well. It was good. Look at Leandra go. She is on it. This is awesome. Zach is over here working on an FX350? No, FX350. Anyway, doing a bunch of stuff. So let's get after it. Alright guys, on the lift we got this lovely 85 Husqvarna for Bella Enda. She was racing with us in Monte Vista, and she went down in the river crossing. And the bike went down under the water, and I guess it sat there for a little bit before they got it out. So unfortunately, CJ didn't do anything about it right away. They just brought it here, so here we go. Let's see what happens. I'm going to try kicking it to see what happens. It's had plenty of time to dry off now, so it might start right up. I'm really hoping that not a lot of water got in the motor or the transmission. Then we can fire it up, clean it out, change the oil a few times, and have it be good. But let's see what happens. It may already sound bad. Alright guys, we may have a problem already. Doesn't sound good as I think.
Chico was a wrench, so he's like, I don't know, he had so many bikes, he just left it.
Really?
So I picked it, I bought the bike for $200, but it was a full.
Alright guys, that plug, let's see. That plug is not looking good. It already looks like there's rust on there. Yeah, I'm gonna take the pipe off. I think CJ, in not doing anything about this, has probably ruined this motor. I'm sure the crank bearings are done. We're gonna split the cases and go after it. So, yeah, it's a bummer. Bummer. But let's yank the pipe off and take a look at the cylinder. Okay, guys, got the pipe off, and so if it comes out the pipe, we all know where it was. Alright guys, so I'm sure the crank bearings are junk, but I just gotta hear and see if this thing runs. So we're gonna go ahead and put it, plug back in it, plug back on it, fire it, and see if it runs. Alright guys, we're going to see what kind of sad noises we can make out of this whole thing. Not yet. Probably have to pull that plug again. Do this all over. Alright, got the plug out, kicked it over a few more times. Clean the plug off, and here we go. See if we can't make it make noise. Alright guys, so amazingly enough, the motor doesn't sound that bad, but it's not running yet because I believe there's probably water in the carburetor. So I'm going to drain the float bowl and see what we can see. I'm sure there's also still water in the pipe, but we're getting there. Well, guys, I think it might live, at least for now, which is good because there's a race in a month, and I don't think we can get all the parts and everything for this. So I'm probably gonna, well, I'm gonna put this air filter back on. And I'm gonna go ride it around, make sure it doesn't do anything weird. Also got to drain the training oil, probably a bunch of times, but it might actually be okay, which would be crazy. Get them through this season, and we'll get all the parts and stuff like that and rebuild it over the winter. All right, guys, 85's running good. I think we're all good to go. We're gonna give it a shot. The guy talked to CJ. He's gonna take the bike. Bella's gonna ride it and try to ride it a whole bunch here in the next few days. Make sure those crank bearings and everything are gonna stay together. If they don't, we're gonna have them on order anyway. Yeah, because like I said, his race is in a month, and I don't know if we can get the parts in time. I haven't actually checked yet. So, but anyway, we're gonna get them on order. And like I said, crossing our fingers, things gonna stay together. Maybe there wasn't enough water actually in the motor to cause those bearings to rust. I don't know, but we're gonna find out soon, and I'll definitely let you guys know what we find out. When I drained the transmission oil, it actually wasn't milky at all, so no water got in the tranny, which is awesome. That's a really, really good thing. So I'm gonna push this out front, and they're gonna come pick it up. All right, guys. So 85 is done. I got more work to do, but real fast, I'm gonna start filming the cool, super new install of the new product that I'm testing that I can't tell you about. Sorry about that, but it is going on. Daisy over there, my 300 XCW. So yeah, I gotta close it off. I will be filming this, but I won't be publishing it until I'm told that that's okay. So sorry, guys. All right, guys, next on the lift is this T700 Tenere, which is awesome. Excited to be working on this. This is our first one we've had in here. I've gotten to ride a few friends that have them, but I haven't actually been able to work on one. So I'm excited to be able to work on it. I'm sad as to why I'm working on it. Our good friend owns this. He's a great guy. He installed his crash bars, and then he was riding some passes up around here, and he heard some jangling, and he noticed that this bolt on the crash bar had come loose over here, so he and it was gone. It had fallen out, so he just zip tied it in place. Yeah, whatever, take care of it. Didn't check the other side, and a little while later it came loose, and when he got down he realized that those were motor mounts. They weren't just they weren't just for the crash bars. So he's like, okay, I'm gonna fix that thing. So he fixed it, which is cool. It's a long story, kind of anyway, he had to move the motor up, which you couldn't just jack on this piece. He tried that, and it broke this immediately. He got it welded, which is no big deal. Got that sorted out. But then he got this one back in. He had a strap, and anyway, got the thing lined up, put it in. This is good. The other side, though, not so much. So I'm gonna see if I can show you. I don't know if I can here. If you can see, there's a gap. Anyway, this is stripped out. So he tried to helicoil it. That didn't work so good. So it's pulled out. So I got to figure out what we're gonna do. I'm not even really 100% sure how to get this sorted out. But what I'm gonna do is pull this bolt out right now. Hopefully it comes out, and take a look in there and see what we can do to hopefully maybe put a time cert in there, get it solved, and then get the thing done. So yeah, be careful with your T7 Teneres when you're putting crash bars on. Make sure you tighten things down and use a lot of Loctite. So anyway, let's get this thing off. We'll take a look in the hole. All right, guys, this is a sure sign that something's gone terribly wrong. Let me see. There we go. Yeah, that's not good. I don't know when that happened. I don't know if this guy got a new bolt after it came out. I don't know. That's bad. So now we're gonna look inside, and I don't know. This could be crazy. Yeah. Well, let's see what's up. I fixed another one of Zach's problems. He's ready. Look at him. He's running away. Yeah. Yeah, he's trying to get something to hit me with because he's too afraid to hit me with his fists. He knows I'm going to bring the heat. We're dangerously close. They've closed on the house. Actually, they haven't even closed on the house that you're living in. So they haven't closed on the house that they're living in, but the house that they're living in does have the princess room. And the princess room is probably where the big beat down is going to happen. I will try to get a picture of the princess room to post here on the YouTube so you guys can see what we're looking at. It's going to be awesome. Actually, what I had to do is show Zach how to drill out the plug that's on the fuel screw on the little bikes. They do it for missions. It's whatever. Anyway, so let me show you this, guys, though. What Mr. I'm not going to mention his name. Anyway, the gentleman that owns this bike, that is the amount of helical that was in there. And it came boing, springing out. So now I gotta, I don't even know. I'm really not sure what I'm going to do because it's really less than awesome. A time cert, they're kind of big, and I don't know if I can do that without taking it out. I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. So the motor might have to come out of this T7, and that will be interesting for you guys here on YouTube to watch that happen, and interesting for me. It'll be sad for this gentleman because it's going to be very expensive to take the motor out, fix that little hole, and put it back in. So it's the end of the day right now. We'll check back in here in a little bit. All right, guys. So I think I've got the Tenere sorted out. So let me show you something. In here, there is a bushing that is made to be screwed in until it hits the motor, and then that takes up that gap. I think it's because when they're making these things, the frame is it must have a variance, a tolerance that they can build it so that probably partially so the engine can go in easier into the frame, then also so that the tolerances don't have to be so tight. And then they've got this thing that spins in and will touch the engine, and then you put the bolt through and it holds it tight, whatever. Well, I think what Eric had done is this had backed out like that, and then he ran the bolt in and he tried to pinch this to this, which then pulled the aluminum out of the cylinder head. And anyway, so I have now gone up to a 14 by 1.5 thread. I was able to run that through that bushing and into the cylinder head, and I think I've got good threads. I took a look at it, looks good. I went and got a new bolt. So now what we're going to do is clean this all up really good, get it dried out really, really well, and then get some red Loctite, kind of a whole bunch of it, because I hope those threads are deep enough, but I'm, whatever, and run this all together, and be ginger with it, tightening it down, and then see if it holds up. Because if that doesn't work, the motor's going to have to come out of the frame, and we're going to put a time cert in the whole thing and all that. But there's an ADV rally thing this weekend, and I really want him to get to go to it, so we're going to try this. And fingers crossed, guys. Let's see how it goes, guys. The Tenere worked out good. Tapping that hole out bigger worked. Whole bunch of Loctite on the thing. I didn't reef on it super tight because I'm afraid of stripping that aluminum out since it was already hogged out so bad by the owner who tried to put a helicoil in it. Anyway, whatever. So, but I put a bunch of Loctite on it, tightened it down. I think we're going to be good to go. Feeling good. Next on the lift is this Super Clean 300 that Zach just rebuilt the motor, but we're leaking countershaft seal just consistently, and it will not stop. We put a thicker O-ring on it. The seal's brand new because we just rebuilt the motor and it came with all that stuff. So I had a theory, and let me show you what I'm finding. This is the Sunstar sprocket that he's been using. He's had it on there for a while, and we've actually had a problem with the countershaft seal before, but we got it solved, I think with the thicker O-ring, but wasn't happening this time. So these are held on with a circlip, not a bolt with a big cup washer. that circlip, so it can only kind of hold it so tight. So the thickness of it matters. So I was worried. I was like, man, I wonder if that thing just either mismanufactured or worn out or something. So I just decided to measure the thickness. Of that. So we got 8.71 millimeters on that one. Here's a brand new Renthal. First thing is it won't go, so we know it's bigger. We come down here, and that is 8.83 millimeters. So it's 0.13 of a millimeter or 0.12 of a millimeter thicker. I think that that is going to take care of it. Now I got a new OEM seal and O-ring, but I think that's going to solve the problem, and that's really annoying that they would be mismanufactured that much. You wouldn't think it'd make that big of a difference, but since it's just a, yeah, where'd you go? Just a circlip in a groove that's just kind of a fixed size, that 0.12 of a millimeter is enough to just relieve pressure on that O-ring and let the oil come down the shaft and out. Alright guys, it's actually Friday morning, coming in, moving bikes out, and I want to just check in on the 300 that we had the leak at the countershaft after we rebuilt the motor, and it is not leaking at all, completely dry. I rode it around a bunch yesterday, got the oil really hot, made sure that I did everything that he had done to it. Like I said, got the oil hot, got everything warmed up, motor, everything, and it's not leaking at all. So that 0.12 of a millimeter is enough to make a difference, because the O-ring, I actually measured those. I didn't show you that, but I mean, as well as I could. It's kind of hard to measure an O-ring, but they're the same, though. They look the same. They measured out the same the way I did it. So that little bit of difference in that sprocket makes a huge difference in whether or not it's going to leak. And they've switched now on the newer bikes. Let me show you. So here's Daisy. Daisy has this style with the bolt that goes in this cupped washer that pushes hard on there. They got rid of the circlip, because the circlip really, I've seen the circlips wear out, I've seen the countershaft sprockets be different anyway. So, but we got her solved. That's awesome. On to the next job. Alright guys, it is Saturday. We're finishing the week up with this beautiful Husaberg TE300. This was, I think, the final year of Husaberg's, and then they went to Husqvarna's after this. It's just a KTM 300, but it's a beautiful bike. I love the yellow frame and everything like that. Chris Nelson, I know you'll like this, even though it's not the 70-degree motor. This thing is super, super clean too. I think it's only got, let's see, 80 hours on it, and it is really nice. So we're going to put grips on it and then clean the carburetor, because it's obviously been sitting longer than it's been riding. The other thing is, those pipes are here. Those are from a TDR 250. If you know what that is, comment below. And I got to burn them out, get the carbon out of them, because they are super, super loaded up. And I got my kid here today. Hey, he's balancing. He's doing a good job. That's Ewan. Look at him go. Nice. Oh, handoff. Nice, dude. Nice. So, look at that. He's doing great. We just got to work. Now he's got to work on getting light on the hands. Yes. You'll notice the kid is dirty. He's been working hard here. I'm proud of him. He's been cleaning my tire machine, which is something I hate doing. So I'm glad to have my kid here doing it. He's making a little bit of money. I'm not having to do the work I don't want to do. It's pretty awesome. So let's get after it. All right, guys, got the carburetor off. This bike is so clean. It's so nice. I mean, take a look at even the top of the cases here look brand new. Obviously a little bit of dirt buildup, but this thing is so nice. Even the wheels aren't that scratched out. This is crazy to see. So anyway, got the carburetor off. Let's take a look at what. Let's take a look inside and see how it is. There's Ewan. Even Ewan is doing his air filter. He's a goofball. Hey, what do you tell people? Tell them to do their air filters.
Do air filters.
Say it loud.
Do air filters.
Haha, there we go.
Or else I'm gonna come and hunt you down and punch you in the face.
There you go. He's gonna punch you in the face if you don't
Cut
clean.
your pay.
Oh, and cut your
Like Zach Sheets.
just like Zach Sheets.
I'm gonna do it to Zach Sheets anyways.
Ooh, look at that. That's gnarly. I don't even know what that is. Let's see. You guys see that? That is disgusting. I'm really not even sure what that is. Oh, Ian. Oh. So, definitely taking a bath in the Ultrasonic now. So, I'll go prep that thing and, yeah. I'll show you how I prep the Ultrasonic. Let me show you guys. So, I get lots of questions asking what I run in there and all this stuff, so I will show you, give you the full lowdown. So, right now it's dirty and disgusting because we just ran. Oh, I put a cylinder through it the other day, yesterday. So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take it and I'm gonna walk it over to the sink over there, dump it out, fill it up with really hot water over there. Then I'll bring it up and show you how I prep it with Fabuloso. All right, so. Clean hot water. It's already at 34 degrees Celsius. I turned it on. The little light that says it's on doesn't work anymore, but we're gonna run it for 44 minutes. But I run water and Fabuloso. So everybody always wants to know how much Fabuloso and this. Honestly, I don't know. So there's that much water in it. There's, you know, whatever. It's like 10 liters is how big this one is. Then we're gonna take this, and we're gonna go like that. That's how much Fabuloso I put in. I don't know, but I do it like old school two-stroke. I just get the color about right, so I feel good about that. So now, put our little basket in there. Go grab the carburetor. Disassemble it a little bit more and then we'll dunk it in there and run it. There we go. Carburetor. Much better. I'm gonna blow that out real fast, but alright.
That challenge. I'm gonna win.
Kid's been balancing and he's doing really well. Alright, so I'm going to show you guys how we check this float, make sure it's sealing. My child is worthless. So, hose on there, now blow through it with air and then push it out. So it seals. Now, I'm going to check the height, make sure it's about right. Yep, so on these carbs, I try to make sure that it seals when it's about level, when the flat part of the float is level with or parallel to the base of the carb, and that's right where it is. Alright guys, got it all back together, gonna kick it. I don't know if you can see, but there's no battery in it, and I'm still gonna be able to run it, unlike the new TPI stuff. With the Kickstarter and this style ignition system, I can just kick it and it'll run. So let's see how she runs. Always want to check free play on the throttle, make sure it's not going to be held wide open. Chokes on. So, probably need to tune the idle and also the air screw a little bit to get it to where she'll idle, but things running really good. I'm happy with that. Got to put some new grips on it for him, and then we'll be good to go. So we're about done with the day. The boy and I are going to push some bikes in, and then we'll sign out. Right on, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. That's the end of the Shlog, end of the week. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, maybe consider hitting the subscribe button. That would be super duper cool. Ewan, did you have fun?
Yeah.
It's freaking weirdo. Anyway, I love you guys. I hope you get out and spread the gospel of two wheels. And as always, you know what I'm going to say. I desperately hope that what we're doing here at Highland Cycles is inspiring you guys to get out and ride your dirt bikes.
Do it.
Do it.
Mm-hmm.